Hello everybody and welcome to
Your sister can
Dashuu
help us.
Dave's episode 3 of Iron
Although
from
just a
Ice.
handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favour.
And here we are as
And Lady
Mira
Marjorie's betrothal
Forrester.
to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
How should it be presented? Oh, it's a wonderful still life. Ooh, an ironwood box. What have we here? Personal belongings. I'm assuming they're her personal belongings. Not that I would put it past anyone to just go into someone else's box
Much
and start
excitement here in
reading.
King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come. Although
Wait,
I know it
is she
would be
thinking or is she
impossible
actually
under the
reading it out loud?
circumstances. I miss
She's
all
actually
of you,
reading it out
and I
loud
look forward to the day you
by
can.
herself in her room. Well, that's just nice of her. Treating the audience to a lovely voice.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
I don't know who that is. Ooh, gold!
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essex.
A place where money can help you remember. I suppose that's anywhere.
Even made this for
Blackmail. Carved from a better tree. God, there's a lot of fruit in here. Hey, a dusty old toad.
Wonders Made by Man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick. I hope to see them all
Well,
someday.
some bad news about Roderick. And your father. Yes. You're gonna get some bad letters from the Ravens? Probably should look out for that. What else is there to do in here? Oh, a window and a letter on the table.
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Well, no, shaded because of trees.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to
For a
Lady
moment, I
Marjorie
thought she was
to
reading in
intervene
her
on our
mother's
behalf.
voice out loud.
She is our best
And
hope,
that's just talented.
and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Hello? Yeah, better hide that letter. I can't just say come in, I gotta walk all the way over there? Oh, come on. Use your voice.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't
That
mean to
is a
disturb you.
really
I
deep
can come back
voice for a
later if you'd
kid.
like.
His,
No,
his
it's
testicles
fine.
dropped with a
Come
passion. Wham! Not a particularly efficient coal boy.
Begging your
Could just
pardon, milady,
pour the
but
coals
you
instead of
alright?
loading them one by one.
If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, milady. You've always been kind to me.
Dude,
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be
thank
here any
you.
minute.
Yeah,
Of course,
you know,
thank
like
you.
pour the coal. Like, is there an allotment? Do I get exactly 14
work for Lady
pieces? What
Marjorie?
the hell?
I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
It's widely known that I work for Lady
Widely
Marjorie.
known.
I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends.
We're alright.
I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Uh-oh.
Cersei?
Yes, that is a name that should instill fear.
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House
House
Forrester.
Forrester.
I just wanted a chance to say it too.
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. But I thought you ought to
Thank
know.
you. You've been most useful.
Most people don't tend to notice a call boy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about.
Yes, you shall become my
You see and hear all
deep-voiced
sorts of
call
things
boy
when people don't
informer.
even know you're there.
I'll call you Ratman.
Good night, milady.
Ratman, the call boy informer. You know, because his voice is so deep. And therefore his testicles are, you know, huge and rat-like in by proportion. The joke makes a lot of sense.
Lady
I
Marjorie,
just, you know.
you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk.
Talk about what now?
Come, there's something we must
Oh,
discuss.
God. Cersei wants my head. I don't even know Garrett. He's the one who killed people.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend.
What's sweet of you to say?
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your
Something
family.
bad's coming.
I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
My family wrote me, my lady.
I don't doubt they must be overcome.
Well, that's
with
not
grief.
really
But
the
you
whole
must
story.
not despair. We will get through this together.
They're gonna kill.
You must understand there are limits to what
They're
I
gonna
can
kill a
say,
lot of us.
especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen.
They're gonna take our wood.
To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark.
Well,
It raises questions at a time I can
who else
least
were we gonna fight
afford.
for? We were in his
Cersei
territory.
herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept.
Guards.
She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a
What?
traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
I'm not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you, and by extension, me. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't
What
know.
did I
but
do?
She's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask
And who
this
is
of
that
you if it were
coyly
not
listening to
important.
everything we say?
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Wait, are you telling me to lie to Cersei?
See if the Queen Regent is
I
ready to
love it.
receive us.
Big door. Yeah, I see you. I see you seeing me, seeing you.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say
Yay,
another.
lying to the queen.
Good
Thank
luck.
you, nameless brunette. Good luck to you too. I thought the door was already open. Oh, whatever. It was open the wrong direction. Yeah, that was it. Hey, look, it's Tyrion!
You can
It's
do
the
this.
Dinklage! The Dinkler! The Dinkly-doo! Well, I mean, you know, Tyrion at any rate. Dinkly-doo. I gotta get that as an autograph. Although I'm sure it wouldn't be appreciated.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace?
Already got
With
a
your
sneer.
permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Full honor.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
Hooray!
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are
Yes.
they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear
have a
from
name.
the girl.
I don't
Is
remember
your
it right
family
now, but I
loyal
have
to
one.
the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers. Your
Never,
Grace.
ever.
I see. And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of
Only
traitors.
recently a house of traitors.
They were the wardens of the North.
They were actually
We
pretty
all
happy
served
until
at
you
the
made
pleasure of the
Joffrey king
king.
and he, you know, cut off that
Clever
guy's
girl.
head. Thank you, Tyrion.
Perhaps too clever for her own good.
The girl did say the loyalty was unwavering.
She has a talent for equivocation, yet I question what she really thinks. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
He is the Warden of the North.
He is the
Right,
Warden of the
thank
North,
you.
Your Grace.
Exactly that.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying
Well, don't tell
nothing
her
at all.
that. Don't just call me out on exactly what I'm doing, you
Old
little
allegiances are
bastard.
not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House
Well, yeah, for
Forrester.
the most part.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
Best wood in all the
It would be a
world.
shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent
That's
that from
right.
happening.
I would totally kill you to prevent that from
Ask any
happening.
Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
Anything.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei?
Or
It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern
that would
Army.
be pretty cool.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven
She has been
Kingdoms.
groomed to be a queen for a
Can we
while.
fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
No.
She was just following her heart, Your Grace.
And the very same heart so quickly led her to my son.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it
This
quick.
is not going well.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within
I'm a
their
handmaiden.
hearts.
I'm not pretending to be anything more than a handmaiden.
You are a girl from the north here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question.
Yeah.
And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do
I
then?
believe I would tell you
I'm sure she...
that I'm
the
going to
girl
be
answer
true
the
to the
question.
king.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
And he hasn't even
My
seen
sense
my
is
knife.
this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging.
I am so fired.
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
That did not go well. At least I lived. Hooray, surviving.
I'll walk you
Oh,
out.
thank you.
This may come as a surprise, but I met
I'm
your
pretty
father
sure
once
he's met
at the tourney
everyone's
at
father
Lannisport.
once.
Even then, he didn't trust Roose Bolton.
Or everybody's uncle, or...
We only spoke briefly, but your
He's
father
pretty
struck
much
me as
met
an honorable
everyone.
man. You have my condolences for his loss.
These are trying times, my lord. My family fears what might happen now that the Boltons
Bad
rule the
things.
north.
They
Bad
must
things are gonna
still
happen.
answer to the crown. You shouldn't forget that, nor should they. That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to
No.
hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was
She
humiliated,
didn't seem humiliated.
although Cersei seemed quite
And
pleased.
she didn't seem quite pleased.
It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you.
She said to protect my
But
best
I'm
interests.
sure she has your best
Hey,
interests at heart.
Jinx.
My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our
It
amusement.
is amusing to thwart Cersei.
She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown
Where are you
in
getting
this
at?
regard, not her.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from
Where else
House
does
Forrester.
ironwood come? I'm pretty sure we had a
Lady
monopoly
Marjorie
on
might
that.
not look
A
favorably
monopoly
on such an alliance.
on
And it
ironwood.
would infuriate Cersei. Although
Because, I mean, the
what would be
Boltons are trying to
amusing
get
for
our
me
wood.
might prove rather
You're trying to
dangerous
get
for
our
you
wood.
and your house.
Everybody wants
Are
the
you willing
iron.
to risk that?
Wait, what's happening?
It may be far too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I can totally risk my family's life.
I'll consider.
Brave as hell.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await
3?
my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me
You're gonna
thirsty
drink
already.
3
Thank you for the
bottles of
advice,
wine
Lord
before
Tyrion.
bed?
Just be careful. This is not the norm.
That's...
King's Landing can be a
That's
nest
insane.
of vipers to the uninitiated.
I mean, I suppose it is invisible wine. Dornish clear. Still. His alcohol tolerance is no joke. Back to the letter.
Mira, I was
Who
worried.
are you?
How was it?
Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're
Lie.
nothing. It
Yep,
went well.
that's the lie.
Really? That's a relief. Cersei is known for being rather difficult.
She's terrible.
Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back. Here with the 4th
It
cousins
kinda
and
looks
the
like a
9th
battle
born
map.
sons.
It is a battle map.
Sir Jamie, I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of
Yeah,
his.
well, wouldn't we all?
What? It's true.
Mind you, the one hand thing kind of
And
gets
Oberyn
complicated.
Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
He is quite handsome.
And quite
And quite
passionate,
rich.
from what I've heard.
And quite the fighter.
Perhaps Lady Marjorie can make the right
spoiler free,
introductions.
never mind.
Who knows? We might meet our future husbands.
What, here?
Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what
Depends
that
on
would
the
be
king.
like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd
No.
become queen?
No, never, no.
He does have a certain
I wanna live.
look about him.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Good. Right?
Well, I would marry him.
Good for you.
Imagine the power you would have as queen of the 7
Yeah,
kings.
but imagine that
I might even allow you,
you
to
have
be
no
my
idea.
handmaiden.
Joffrey would do things to you that not even
Let's
Prince would
see,
sing about, really.
Who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion
Because Prince doesn't
Lannister.
sing about murder!
What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well,
We're sorry, my lady. We were just having fun.
Just a little fun, little harmless, messing with
this
your
is
things.
not a game. It's
It is a battle map!
Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet
Ha.
they say it is men who are powerful.
Aha! Girl power.
The Queen was pleased by your display,
Oh, good.
Nora.
She certainly seemed unpleased.
I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes.
I'm really beginning to dig the art. I wasn't a
always
fan at
someone to
first, but now
please or
just
some
the
perceived
every
slight
scene
to
looking like a
smooth
drawing
over.
is pretty nice.
I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Well, yeah, they kind of have to. It's royalty.
Do you agree?
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please
Right?
you.
You learn
It's good
very
to be
quickly.
the queen.
Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family.
I do very much fear that, yes.
I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something
All
on my
day.
mind. Something
Big letter.
important.
Carrying it around in my dress. Here, you gotta see this.
I did have a favor to ask of you
Just
in
hand her
return.
the letter.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front
Oh,
of Sarah.
oh.
There are no secrets between us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's King's Landing. I'm pretty sure you can
It's
trust
about my
pretty much
family.
everyone here.
I trust her.
Yeah, whatever.
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Yes, I'm not really worried about
Ramsay
saving my
Snow.
family so much as keeping that
What would
mom
you have
off
me
my
do?
bag.
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
She's very insistent.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
She's insistent,
Joffrey
yes.
knows only too well
I think I've
your
said that
family
once or
fought
twice
for
before.
The Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene.
I'm
Is the
insisting.
situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa.
Poor Sansa.
It is that dire, my lady. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
It'll be fine.
You're the only one who can help me. You have power
I
over
really-
him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does.
I have
Not
nowhere
even
else I
his
can
mother.
go for help.
Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within
Besides,
the
it'll be
week.
fine. This is
I
the
would
game.
never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
You pretty much have to.
Very well. I'll make your
Hooray!
request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady.
tree people.
I will send a raven to my family at once.
This is not gonna end well. Alright, and that's it for episode 4. I will hopefully see you all soon, and subscribe, stay tuned, and I'll see you around.